Greetings to you all. Another suggestion from the comments. This one's quite fun for me because, you know, I like my Beyer M88, any excuse. And he said a comparison between the M88 and the M400. Not sure why, because they're quite different in price. Well, I don't know, whatever. I'm on the Earthworks prototype at the moment, so I don't know what it is, but it's very similar. Has many similarities, I find, to the SV33, this particular one. It's not the Icon. Looks like it, but it's not. All right. The M88, what would I expect from the M88? I know it very well. I know it's got a Hostafan diaphragm, so it's light, so it's fast. That's why it's often used for drums and for kick drums to get the transient, but it's also got the bass response. It's got a lift. It's dynamic, designed, I believe, for stage in 1962. It's got a lift at the top, so you've got that slight push there, and then you've got considerable proximity effect as you get closer, and it's a dynamic, so it's slightly old school in that it's not as fast as some of these, not all. The Sennheiser E965 I find is very similar to this in the bass. A lot of them are, but these smaller diaphragm ones, or Earthworks in particular, have good bass for me, which I like, and it's clean, which I like. So this one a little bit old school, but controllable and nice. So that's what I expect from this, and I know it very well. These, I don't really use the M400 very much. This is another, I'm lucky enough to have two pristine examples of each of these. You can incidentally see through this, so you can tell that they're Beyerdynamic were careful about blotting things out. But, of course, the other balances do get pops and so on. You have to be a little bit careful, maybe. You can't have everything. This is not Hostafan, as far as I know. I don't know what it is, the diaphragm. It's not this lighter material. And it looks a bit SM58-ish, doesn't it? So I wonder if it was, if they're having a little go at that. This is probably, I think, 80s, 62, as I said, designed this one. And I think this one came out probably in the 80s, maybe even late 70s, I'm not sure. There we go. So let me move from this prototype onto the M88, and we'll hear what we hear. Now I'm on the M88. Even when I breathed in there, that little edge at the top there, so that's that lift. It's quite broad and it's quite flat, and reasonably unobtrusive, I would say. If I move it away a bit, it can maybe a little bit hollow sounding. I don't know, because as you bring it closer, as I bring it closer, about there, the bass starts to fill in a bit. So that's a nice balance, it seems to me. You've got that at the top there. I bring it closer still, bring it closer still, bring it closer still. Now we can start to hear the bass coming. It's very controllable. Bring it closer still, bring it closer still. You can hear that bass coming in. Bring it right up, and you can get a bit of boom if you're not careful. Bring it in there, bring it in there. So that's the M88. Very nice, I find. I like it for a stage, for a live mic, and useful in the studio as well. Yeah, useful in the studio as well. Let me just see if I take some of that top end off there a little bit. Gonna take some of the top end. That's it, with some of the top end taken off. Some of the top end taken off, put the top end back, increase the top end so you can hear what that area was that I was taking off. It's that area up there, so it's pretty high. It's right up there, back to flat. Take it off again, and you can hear, there we go, with it off a bit and back to the middle. Let me move on then from the M88 to the M400. This is the Beyerdynamic M400. So what I notice immediately there, I notice a fair similarity. It's got that at the top as well. Perhaps not quite as much, I'm not sure. It's got it at the top. What I immediately noticed was it seemed to me to be a little bit more, can I give it a tad more volume? It seemed to be a little bit more veiled, but in a nice, smooth way. A nice, smooth way. Bring it in. A nice, smooth way. So you've got that proximity, but not enough for me. It doesn't go low enough for me, depending on what I'm doing. Nice, smooth way, but I wouldn't complain. Nice, smooth way. Bring it right in. Nice, smooth way. Let's see if we can hear the breath thing. I think it was round I was playing about earlier. So roundabout I noticed here. As I listen to that, I can hear a representation without the real detail, I feel. Be very careful here, folks, because it could all be baloney, you know. But anyway, M88. .400. I think so. Prototype. M88. You can hear that at the top. Let me go, because your ears have got it. But yeah, you can hear that straight away. Let me go back and do that again. Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's pretty detailed there. Very different shape, as you could hear perhaps between those rest things. They sound quite different in terms of their tone. Okay. Bit of something. There's good. 400. It's okay. It's not so much fun. Just a little bit. Everything just a little bit. More open. Going on to earthworks. Jack, just more realistic. Let me just go to the very lowest, which most of you probably won't use. So yeah, you can hear cleaner in the low end there and faster. Stay on this now. Yeah, so what can I say? Very, very good for 1962 and for 2022, seems to me. You have to learn how to use it. I've said many times before, maybe a handling noise, breath, got to be a bit careful, and learn how to use that bass. Personally, for me, fantastic. I wouldn't say workmanlike. It's beyond that. Very classy, but not flippant. Beautiful, I think, for me. Brass, good weight, just feels like the business. This, I don't think brass, maybe it's aluminium, some kind of other alloy. It's lighter. I don't care if this is quite distinctive. This is sort of like a stretched SM58. But again, very well made, as all the Beyerdynamics from that era anyway, and probably today as well, or very well made. Yeah, so like almost like a smaller version in terms of the bandwidth and the detail, a kind of smaller version of this, which works very well. Okay. Hopefully that gives you enough to give you an idea. I've got another comparison from the comments which I've got to do. Haven't got to do, which I'm going to do, but I can't remember what it is. But I've got it written down. Anyway, hope you're keeping well. See you next time.